Hello, and welcome. Uh, Welcome to Decentralized Podcast. My name is Pedro.
And I'm Miguel, and you just joined us in our mission to decentralize the world wisely.
Wisely, very important. And uh, so grab your drink. I have mine here. And sit back and relax. So as we can get really nerdy around here. And we hope to get really nerdy today. So yeah, enjoy. And
In the
uh,
meantime, before you fall asleep in our nerdy stuff, just click that like button.
who can fall
Let us
asleep with
know
our
that you're
content? Come
enjoying
on, nobody can fall asleep with our content.
yeah, well, there's no way, but yeah,
No,
there's no way to fall asleep with
I
this.
I don't allow that. I don't allow that. I just scream. Anyway,
Well,
so
if I fall asleep, let me know.
I will. So let's start as usual with some news. So it seems that there was there was some fake news, really funny. I don't know how people just send this and other people believe in it. It's for me, it's very strange. Whenever I see something, I just try to follow the leads and try to find sources for that information before I believe it. But anyway, there are people that are more.
Yeah, you know, there are not many people checking the news, so people just believe whatever they read, and it's not only on crypto; it's like almost everywhere. So even on
Yeah,
TV,
but
well,
that,
mostly
that
on
is
TV,
very
they are just getting news from
that thing is very
I don't
strange
know
for me because
from
I,
YouTube and
especially from mainstream media, man, I have to check
yeah,
everything. I don't believe a
no,
word they say.
they are they
The
are
only
just
the only
grabbing
worst
news from
thing,
social media and they are putting as is without verifying anything.
and social media is even worse because there are all kinds of BS running around and so on. So yeah, I find this really strange. But yeah, the news was that the SEC had approved uh, silently the spot ETF for BTC, and with all the ongoing stories about that, I found that very, very unlikely. But during the weekend, I didn't have some time to go through and to verify that. And on Monday, today morning, the first thing that I looked was try to find some news. No news on Twitter, no news on um, YouTube, and of course, there was just about to become news that it was fake news. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, well, the SEC hardly will approve anything, so it's
they are
hard. It's
just
easy to spot.
they are just wasting time. They want to delay us because they see that they have no possible solution but to accept that crypto exists, and that's why they are trying to delay so that they can, or the IMF or the BIS or the BS, whatever, uh, send some CBDC or some global monetary instrument that they need to try to figure out a way to reduce the freedoms that we achieve with crypto. And
Probably not only that. It also requires some time for big institutions to move from one reality to another.
Hmm.
So I think it has something also to do with that. It's not only for control, because uh, I think it's even more controllable with crypto, because you know exactly where the money is. You might not know the wallets, but
Yeah, you know where the money
I
is,
don't know.
but the problem is that they don't want anybody to know where the money is. You see?
Yeah,
So
that's also true. Well, it's because this is public information for everybody,
yeah, it goes both ways,
but
and
also
that's not very good in their case.
the regular people. Yeah,
So so
I agree with you, but
there
the
are.
regular people don't know how to check that.
Just imagine that we would be checking the IMF's wallet and watching where the funds were being transferred, or the CIA,
Yeah,
watching the CIA wallets and seeing funding for this and that organization. And I won't say anything more because they will appear and interrupt our stream here in my house. So
yeah,
uh, yeah, this is funny stuff. Also, something that I really
yeah,
found very interesting was that today, uh, one time I looked at the charts and BTC was almost 30,000, and 15 minutes later or 20 minutes later, it was back where it was, just like that.
yeah,
Uh, it was lunchtime for us, so it was around 1 p.m. UTC, and and yeah, it was just like a move, a 1,000 Bitcoin move up and down. So I would like to ask if any one of our listeners is the guy that purchased BTC, like 1,000 BTC at that time, just send us a comment. I admire you. Uh, and for the other guy that sold 1,000 BTC, crap. Come on, man. You don't sell
it
BTC,
was
okay?
it was not the same one.
I'm not
It
sure.
was not the same guy.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it was very,
I
very
think
funny. Yeah, the charts.
those kind of moves, yeah, those kind of moves are usually to liquidate people.
I don't know, but it's too short for being a liquidation. It's just a small move. What's 1,000 BTC anyway? A lot of money, but for me, but
Yeah.
but for the market is not very significant. So
You notice that I couldn't respond to that because I was like panicking, you know. So
no, for me
what's
it's a lot of
1000
money, but
BTC?
for the
What are you
market,
talking
no.
about?
Anyway,
Well, it's
uh,
enough
it
because
was a fun.
from to 28K, yeah, from 28K to 30K, it's a big jump, and
Yeah,
it's enough to liquidate lots of accounts.
yeah, it could be a fake out, but then we would
Yeah.
have to see continuation of the liquidation cascade, and we didn't. So it just went, just stood where it was, and that's it. Usually on something like that,
Mm.
there's a blow off top. So if it's a fake out, then
Yeah, might
you
be.
would have to see some
Yeah, you have to
cascading
have.
up, right? And then, of course,
Mm,
coming back down. But yeah, it was very, very fast. It was like 15 minutes trade, something like that. Strange stuff.
yeah.
This only happens because there is uh, no volume. right? The market is completely trashed right now, so the volume is very slow, very thin, and the order books are very thin. And yeah, 1,000
I'm
Bitcoin
thinking
can
if
move.
somebody pressed the wrong button.
That would be funny. That would be something for us to chat
Yeah.
about, right? Uh,
Yeah.
as we are not usually talking about news, we just we just talk about funny news. That's the news part of our
Yeah.
podcast.
Can
Is
you
just
can you
making
imagine a
fun.
guy just uh, yeah, can you just imagine the guy just pressing the wrong button and then boss, I pressed the wrong button. And then 15 minutes
Sweating.
later the boss comes
The
and
guy,
fixes the problem. Yeah.
the guy sweating. Oh my
Yeah, he
god!
was fired. Yeah.
Just like me before,
He
I
was
didn't
fired.
start the stream, and we had to do it all over again 5 minutes later. Uh, but with $28 million.
Yeah, well, with 1000 BTC.
Okay, so
My God. Yeah.
uh, another funny thing that reached our hands during this weekend was the leaking of Caroline Solhand's um, audio. It seems that it was an internal meeting in Alameda. Uh, and oh God, if I
Yeah.
will put it in the show notes later, because I really think it's if you are well, let's there are public two possible publics interested in this. Maybe the ones that lost money with FTX, so that they can um, find the energy to finally voodoo the Caroline's doll in your desk, uh, or or the guys that didn't lose money on FTX, and so that they can laugh their pants out, because that's
Yeah.
incredible.
And this is becoming like a soap opera with a lot of side stories. I've seen something like with prostitutes, with this one. And the thing is, I'm not getting how people would support these guys after hearing them talk, because
Yeah,
the way they talk,
Caroline.
it's quite dumb.
With Caroline, it's what you see is what you get. I think that she doesn't need even to open her mouth. Just by looking at her, you understand that there's not much coming if she opens her mouth. Um, but with SBF, it was different. You couldn't see that coming until he started moving his knee up and down and talking like he's a very nerd guy saying just BS. That you say, okay, he's just faking it, and he's faking it until he makes it.
Yeah, yeah. At
But
the same time, I don't. I
but
well,
what shocked
I've
Miguel?
never heard the guy before, but as I see him talking, it's just not credible. The guy's
Of
not
course,
credible.
yeah. But he's a lot better than Caroline. And Caroline was CEO of a fund of billions.
Yeah, well, in some aspects, yes, but he was
Man,
above Caroline, right?
no, on Alameda, no. So he says, right?
Yeah, but Alameda is a side story also.
but it was no, it's the main story because they lost the money. Uh, so that is the
Yeah.
problem.
Well, okay.
How can someone like her be credible enough to manage a company that holds funds for or investments in billions of dollars? She
Okay, she
opens her
wasn't.
mouth and there's
Definitely,
nothing
because
coming that is
yeah,
credible at
yeah,
all.
and it's so weird that we saw big players just going for it, just
Yeah,
supporting just saying that these guys are geniuses.
yeah, like
Come
Kevin
on,
O'Leary and
they
the
don't talk.
the other guy. I don't remember his name. That
There
wrote a
are several
book.
big podcasts
Yeah,
that were saying that these guys were geniuses.
Kevin O'Leary.
I don't
The
know,
thing
but
is,
these
the guy
guys,
just puts money
listening to them,
wherever.
they don't sound like genius.
But Kevin O'Leary is a VC guy, so he just puts money and hopes that his investment just
Yeah, well, he wins some, he loses some, and
skyrockets, right?
hopefully he gains more than he loses. But yeah,
As long as he is invested, he cannot say that the project is trash. Even if he knows it, he cannot
yeah, I
say
know.
that.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know, and I get it because
yeah,
if he starts saying that, more people will try to get rid of it, and he
yeah.
loses even more.
And then right now we cannot say it again because there is all this mess, and there's a lot of people that lost money, and he would be grilled the next day because he said, "Oh no, this is a very good exchange, and that's the only exchange that I use," and blah blah blah, right? And then people lost money, and
Yeah,
then he would be also in trouble, not criminal trouble, but of course civil problems. So that's the thing. Uh, but yeah, so this was the weekend, okay, and what a space. There's always so much to talk. Just the funny part. Uh, Imagine if we would talk really about news. Come on, this entire podcast would be just that. So now that we are in a good mood, let's jump on to the theme of today, which is our smart contracts. So I will open Remix IDE. Okay, just a moment. I will be sharing in a moment. Okay, new file. Let me just paste the contracts here. Doing this live is always very nice because the probability of having something blowing up is very good, very high. So that's what we want.
oh,
We
yeah.
just we
Don't
just
you
want.
enjoy it
Yeah, of course. That's the way. It's like doing tests on live environments. It's just the way it is, right?
on a production
On
environment?
production, on production servers with
Yeah.
real accounts. That's the way Alameda does stuff, and they were the best. So we also want to do the same thing.
Geniuses.
Geniuses. I even brought my glasses today so that I look more genius. So
Yeah, you look clever today.
of course, today and yesterday and every day when I use glasses, of
Yeah,
course.
but today especially.
Okay.
No, of course.
So um, let me share my screen, and let's hope for the best. Remix it is. Boom. So here we are with our codes in Remix. There is a problem here. The version is wrong. Uh, how do we change the version in Remix? Can you find it, Miguel? Please.
It's I think on that Solidity tab, the third tab.
This one? Okay. Seems right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Compiles. We have to have the soul bound.
Ask GPT.
We have to have the soul bound
Ask
contract.
GPT. What the hell?
That is good. Should we ask GPT?
Yeah, what happens
First,
if you do
let
that?
me just call this for the name.
I'm curious.
Let me call this the right name. The handle. These are from Remix IDE itself. Okay.
Yeah, it's the default contracts that he generates.
Yep. And now it's complaining about SPDX. But it's on the wrong line. Okay. So let's put the soulbound contract here as well. Soulbound ERC721.sol. There you go. And the code. Boom. There it is. So soulbound needs Open Zeppelin and unreachable code. That's another thing. So let's see if this compiles. Okay. Okay, warning, no problem. Perfect. So it seems that we are good to go. So, what do we have developed? Let's check it. So, we have a bunch of errors now with only handles, not IDs, because I really like consistency in errors. I'm just a guy that really cares about.
It's important for the developer experience.
Yeah. So only handles. IDs are only used internally, and that's it. And on our public interface, we have a mint function that is able to mint new names. Okay. It receives a handle and the URI. URI is the initial profile. Okay. And it can be sent to another address if we want. Okay. Then we have an update function. There is another mint function that allows for us to charge fees, or for us, no, the protocol doesn't charge any fees. So it's just if what you stake is what you get in the end. There are no fees because if we would charge any fees or the protocol, then there should be governance. And as we
Yes,
said,
it's important to say that these are transactional fees. So it's not the fees from this protocol.
yeah. So the protocol doesn't charge any fees. There is no treasury. There is no DAO involved. This is just one protocol that is deployed for once, and that's it. No governance needed. We are defensors of trustless, immutable code. So there are no upgradability, no nothing. Okay. So just a contract that should work. Okay. So, of course, when we will deploy this on mainnet, it will be tested very, very well. Uh, but for this hackathon, it doesn't make sense to make proper tests. So we are testing hand by hand in Remix, and that's it. And so the mint function allows to receive, to stake not the message value, but another value inferior, and supply one address for the front end account so that we can have multiple marketplaces with multiple fees attached to each transaction, and they can make some money. Okay. So what makes we want to make some, to give the possibility for marketplaces to charge a fee, the fee they want. There's no limit on that. The market will resolve that, and um, the user, if he approves the fee in the transaction, then the fee will be sent to the marketplace, and that's it. They will have the customer support. They will have the costs of running servers and whatnot, right? So I really think that it's very important
Yes,
for the
this
protocols.
functionality is.
Yeah. Tell me, Miguel.
And I was saying that this functionality is good to create an incentive to develop the front end. So if there is no money there, there is no incentive,
Yeah.
and we won't have front ends or good front ends for this functionality.
Exactly. So that's one of the most important things when you are designing a protocol, I think, because uh, if we have that on the protocol level, then there is a lot of things that come attached with it, like governance and all that. And if it's not on the protocol is very thin, a very thin layer, and everything on top can be built and in a sustainable way, not just built because you feel like, right? And we have experience with that in other projects, so that it makes things very difficult to be sustainable if you don't have an incentive, right? So yeah, so
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
you, you can deposit more stake on your handle, so that you make it more difficult for others to bid on you, right? uh, because bids are open all the time. So if someone wants to take the name from you, and you have like one Ethereum, uh, they will have to supply double that amount. So they will have to
And
supply two
let's talk a bit
Ethereum.
about this deposit, because this also creates the stability for your name. So if you
Mhm.
want to keep your name, you will want to have a big stake or a bigger stake that will disincentivize other people to go and try to get it from you. So it's good for you to go and make a deposit so that nobody else is going to try to get it from you.
Exactly. So so this is the deposit. We have an internal deposit because it's used as well by other functions like the mint. So as you can see, the mint calls deposit. So and then withdraw is the opposite of the deposit. So um, it allows for us to reduce our stake. So we can, as the stake is very liquid, right? In this naming system, we want to make it so. There are no timings. There are no time locks needed. The stake is there, is yours. So there's no question about it. If you put their money, you can take the same amount of money out, and that's it. And because of that, you have to have
Yeah,
the deposit
this
and
allows
withdraw
some
functions.
freedom to
Yeah,
this allows some freedom to your money, right? So it's yours. You're free to do whatever you want. You might have consequences again if we were talking about the deposit, which will safeguard your name. Withdrawing, it might have the reverse consequence of somebody might want to bid on your name. So it's a balance which you will have to find, but it gives you more freedom to do whatever you want with your name and your stake.
exactly. So, um, and then we have the burn functionality, which is finishing your name uh, and like unregister it and get your stake back, right? So it's a withdraw of the stake and the burn of the ID, and that's it. And we have the resolve function, which is um, getting the token URI of the token ID that the handle represents, right? So not
Yep.
much there. And then we have the internal the functions, the helper functions, like the two token ID that converts from handle to token ID, which can be public because it might be interesting to use that on a user interface. You never know. As well as this check handle, which checks all the um, prerequisites of a name, right? So we allow the characters A to Z, lowercase, and 0 to 9, and also dash and underscore. But dash and underscore cannot be used on the beginning or on the end. So to avoid that kind of really funny names that sometimes appear on usernames, and they and then there can be anything between 3 characters and 32 characters. So all those uh, requisites are checked by this function. And then we have some magic with assembly and whatnot to transform the handle, the string to bytes 32 so that we can transform it as well to uint 32, uint 256 ID. So
Yep.
uh, And also it's used on check handle because it's easier to make comparisons than using strings. So it's much more cost effective. Require owner is an internal function that no, it's a internal function that makes sure that we are the owners of give us the confirms that we are the owner and give us the token ID, right? That's it.
Yeah.
So that we can be sure that that we are the right person to handle that name. Okay, so it seems that we are good to go. Let's deploy the contract. So to deploy the contract, we go to our Remix VM and we deploy. It seems that we have a green check mark. So I think
Always good news.
it's okay. So now we have a public interface, and so we have name, the handle, symbol, the handle. Ha! So it seems to work. And we have an account, several accounts here. This account has is the deployer account, so it paid for the deployment, so it's not 100 ETH anymore here. And so we have all the public interface of our contracts. So deposit and mint are red because they are payable functions, public functions, or functions that change the state. And these orange ones are also changing the state, but they are not payable. And these blue are just views. So they are just reading the state, not changing it. So there's no big deal. So let's test the proof. We have no arguments, so let's pass it like another address, like can be this one. Approve. And what's the second argument? It's the value. Okay. One. You see? Soulbound error. Beautiful. So soulbound is working. We cannot approve. We shouldn't do anything, any of the transfer functions like transfer from and so on should all fail, even if we supply arguments for that. Okay. Check handle. Let's see. It's false because it's impossible to have empty string handle. Thanks God. So if we pass PRC, true. It's a valid argument, a valid name. PRC underscore, false because it cannot end with an underscore. PRC, that's possible. Let's check MTM. I forgot to put that in the code, not to allow MTM.
Yeah, I thought so.
But yeah. So Check
Just make a check and revert the transaction if it's MTM.
And take all your funds. That would be good.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, so that's good. Now let's start playing a little bit harder. So we want to mint an address. So let's mint. Now, which function is it? That's the one that has stake. I don't want to. That has the fees. I want the other one. Okay, so it's my address, the handle that I want to register, and the URI. So let's give it my address, the handle, which is PRC, and the URI, which can be IPFS / my
You can just put something.
Profile. Yeah, I'm putting something. Now we need to send some ether. So let's put 1. One ether. Good. So, boom. So we have our transaction. There you are. There's a transfer event. And that's it. So, perfect. So we minted our first name. So this means that we can probably resolve it, right? Let's try.
Yeah, let's
PRC.
try.
Boom. IPFS, my profile. Okay. And
sounds good.
Seems so. I'm liking it. So if we resolve MTM, fails. Because
Yep.
Where is it? No. What's the error? Non-existent token. Okay. So there is no token with this ID. Perfect. Right? So let's register MTM. Do you want?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So let's go to your account. It's this one. Let's copy it. And let's change this. NPM. Your profile. Or do you want something?
Your profile is good enough.
Okay. So mint.
So you put that check. If it's MTM, fail.
I wasn't expecting that. Stake amount required. Wow.
Stake.
You wanted to register
to
your name without having stake. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a cheap guy.
Come on. You have to pass the. Wow. This doesn't work. Okay. 1 ETH as well. Mint. Aha.
There we
Now
go.
we have and the balance of the contract is 2 ETH. You see? So it seems good. Let's try to resolve
The contract is becoming a rich guy.
MTM now. Your profile. PRC, my profile. Perfect. It's working. MTS. Not valid. Okay. Seems good. And if we check our token IDs, let's see. PRC. My token ID is this crazy number. And MTM is this crazy number. So if we check this number and put here on token URI, we will get the profile as well. So this is exactly an NFT contract that resolves token IDs to token URIs. It's the same thing. So yeah, it seems to be really working. Now let's try to deposit and withdraw. Okay, so first let's deposit, so we are with MTM's account, and MTM, I don't know. I don't know if you know Miguel well enough, but he's a very generous guy. So he will.
I would like to deposit 2 more ETH.
In my contract?
Yes.
In my
Because
name?
I'm so generous.
That was what I was expecting from you.
Let's try to.
So
Let's try to.
Miguel will deposit on my account, on my handle, 2 more ETH. Is it like that? You are that generous to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
He will deposit on my handle, PRC, 2 ETH, and there's not. We should have a deposit without this.
Why?
Just because we also have a mint without this, right? Now, in this case, now I will have to put 2 with 18 zeros in the stake, and it's not needed. So I thought we would have that, but we don't. Strange. I forgot that. So deposit. So we have to put this. No, sorry. PRC in string. Now it's 2 ETH, right?
2 ETH.
Okay, and 0x0 for the accounts, and we will put 2 Ether. Oh man, come on. 2 Ether. Okay, so let's deposit. Boom. Invalid address?
How come?
How can we specify a 0 address? No. Come on. Do you have to put all the numbers?
Address 0?
No. Here? You think so? I don't know.
No idea. Try it.
Usually you just put addresses like this and it works.
Hmm.
Okay, I can put my address. It's just to simplify things.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe you have to put all the zeros.
maybe. So there you have the contract value now as for ETH, right? And my handle has 3 ETH, and Miguel's handle has 1 ETH, right? Hopefully.
I think you can check it on the balance.
Of course I can. The balance off doesn't work for this. The balance just tells us how many tokens we have. So we can do this. It has 1 token, right? And if I put your accounts or my account that was yours, it's the same. Balance off. Oh, it's the same. This one. Balance off. 1. You see? It's just the number of tokens.
Yeah, because each of us has one
Yeah.
token. Yeah.
But we have a stake off function that if it's not public, it should be. Balance off, approve. It's not public? Come on. That is a very nasty thing. Oh yeah, because we didn't define it yet. So we should define another function which gives the stake, a public one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So deposit, withdraw, blah blah blah, burn, and let's put it here. That we don't forget. And so already found one thing. The other thing is that we don't have Deposit. Yeah, let's put it here as well. Deposit function. Deposit. Without fee args. Okay. So, continuing. So we have deposited, Miguel deposited on my account. And since I am a lot more or a lot less generous, I will just put on his handle 1 ETH. 1 ETH. So MTM 1 ETH. This account can be the same, whatever. Okay, it worked. And so we have 5 ETH in the contract. And that's it. So now I am wanting to withdraw the extra ETH that Miguel gave me because I want to make some shopping. So I will withdraw to my address. So let's go here. This is my address. Okay. And I want to withdraw. Withdraw from PRC. Well, first, let's try to withdraw from MTM.
That will be funny.
To ETH. So, not handle owner. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
trying to steal from the poor guy.
I wanted. So you give me 2 ETH, 1 ETH more than I gave you, and I still want to steal everything from you. You see, I am a terrible guy.
How come?
I am a terrible guy. So, not allowed. Good. And so I want to withdraw from my account instead 2 ETH. My account should have 3, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. Now I can. Now I am the owner.
Yeah. Now you can try again and see it fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not enough balance.
Because you don't have enough.
Not enough stake.
Yeah.
Okay. But the contract has 3 ETH, and my account should have 99 back. Okay. So I just got my 2 ETH back, and I still have 1 ETH on my name, hopefully. And so let's try if Miguel can withdraw as well. 96. And how much ETH do you have on your account? 2, right? Should be, I think.
Should be.
So
yeah,
I want
you have
to
1 and I have
withdraw.
2.
Let me copy your address. I want to withdraw from this account or to this account. So if you try to withdraw 2 ETH from PRC, it will fail, of of course, because you are not the owner.
It's the same error.
And if you try from MTM, it will fail as well, because
It
you
failed
cannot
again.
withdraw the total amount that you have. You have to at least leave
Right.
one way. And so let's try
So
to.
if you want to liquidate everything, you have to call the burn function.
Yeah, exactly. So this way we will do one ETH. And there you go. Perfect. So there is one ETH. So now there is only two ETH in the contract, one mine and one yours. And that's it. So now let's update. We didn't do this. So I want to update my handle, PRC, and your new URI will be IPFS new profile, whatever that means. Update, and it fails because I am MTM. I cannot change profile PRC's profile.
But the PRC, you have to put it inside the string.
Probably as well, but it will fail anyway.
Yeah.
And so if we change to MTM's account to PRC account, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, let's check that it changed. Resolve PRC, new profile. Resolve MTM, your profile. So everything seems to be working okay. And now let's burn. So
Mm-hmm.
my account is here. I am burning. The burn function has an address to and a handle. So it's my account and the handle is PRC. First, let me try to burn MTM because I always want to try burning MTM. Nope. Can't burn you. PRC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So now there is one ETH in the contract, and PRC is not registered anymore. So now if we resolve PRC, fails.
Yeah.
Okay. And MTM is still valid, right? Okay. And if I check my balance, I have 0 tokens. Perfect. And now let's do the same with MTM. Burn. Boom. There you are. And this account has 97 and my account has 101. So we have.
Does
So I
it
have.
look weird?
No, it's 98 and 102. I kept your 2 ether.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
and the rest is fees. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
102 and 98.
I was just accounting 97 and 101. So
Yeah.
The math didn't match.
So everything seems to be working, right? Any
Yep.
other test that you see um, needed, Miguel?
No, not for now. I think we should make a bunch of tests, but for now, for this demonstration, it's quite good.
Yeah, I think it's working pretty well. Um, at least for the hackathon level, it's enough. Of course,
Mhm.
that let's remove this from the screen. Uh, so at least for the hackathon, this level of tests is enough. But before publishing this or deploying this for mainnet, of course, we need proper testing. So after the hackathon and before releasing this project, we will be developing a bunch of tests and auditing the code and trying to break it
Yeah, try to break
like
it.
there's no tomorrow, using AI tools and using
Mhm.
all those things so
Yeah,
that we can actually be sure that the code doesn't break, because that's one problem
yeah,
when we want to release code that is not upgradable, right? uh, we are believers in code we trust and immutable code. And so, because of that, that's an extra step that we have to be sure. So, there's not much money involved in this protocol, at least for now, but it can be. It can hold billions of dollars in users' stake. So we need to be pretty sure that the money doesn't go anywhere besides the owner's wallets or what they want, where they want to store it after they remove the money from here, and that nobody else can do it. So,
yeah, exactly.
and yeah, so I think with this we finish our testing session of today.
Yeah,
I hope you liked
yeah, we
the
can wrap
idea.
up for today.
We still have the bidding process to develop during this week, maybe on Wednesday. If we decide to make a video, probably yes. We will
Yeah,
share that, and we will hopefully have more things done on the SDK part so that we can finish the week
yeah,
with the project done, and who knows, win the hackathon. I doubt, but anyway,
yeah,
we might get some prizes there, some small ones. So yeah, so this is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something on this session. Um,
yeah. Thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure. So if you didn't yet, smash that like button. Don't forget
and subscribe,
to give us
because we are nice guys
some love.
and we do this every
Yeah,
week. So you might be interested in joining back. And yeah, leave your ideas
and
on the
don't
comments.
you can always get to us. Yeah, you can always get to us on our social media. You have the links on the description. So feel free to send some requests, some questions if you have, and yeah, just get to us.
Okay, so guys, thanks for joining us in our mission to decentralize the world wisely.
Wisely.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.
See you in the next one.
Bye bye.